Hey YouTube, exciting news! Comicon is coming up. What is Comicon? What does that mean? Well, it's basically where a bunch of nerds get together and cosplay, aka dress up as their favorite characters and stuff. Now there's Comic-Cons across the country. The one since I live in Arizona, I'm going to Phoenix Comic-Con, and wow, I remember going back in 2009 or something to my first Comic-Con. It was amazing. It's just so awesome to be in that culture of so many people dressed up as all these geeky things and whatever. It's really fun. Now, although it stands for Comic Convention, it's pretty much anything nerdy. Video games, there's Minecraft stuff, anime, there are a lot of nerdy things. So I'll post a video of some of the adventures and bunch of pictures and stuff coming soon. It'll be this weekend, and I'm going to cosplay as a few things. I'll keep that a secret until until then. Yes, I am a nerd. Anyway, on the topic of being so nerdy and being married and getting older, not older, but older than a kid, yet still going to things like this, I just find it really interesting that as we get older, like grandparents' age, we're going to be the first generation of gamers and gamer grandparents. When our grandparents, when they were kids, they didn't grow up at all with video games, at all. They had no video games, no computer technology, that didn't fill a huge room anyway. So they weren't used to it at all. So when they were old and it was just introduced, they didn't, get into it because they're old. You don't get into new things when you're old very often, I guess. My wife's grandma is on Facebook and plays Farmville, and we play board games with her and stuff. She's fun. But most grandparents generally have no idea what, technology is. They might know about it, but they don't utilize it at all. So I just find it fascinating that we are going to be the first ever generation of old people that, play games. I can see myself being, 70 years old. Hey, I remember when we used to just have VHS and not these fancy, I guess whatever is going to be after Blu-ray. Maybe everything's just streaming, I guess. We used to have to pop in a square box with tape that would sometimes get caught out, and you have to put it in the rewinder when you want to watch it again. I mean, I remember when cell phones weren't even a thing. They had them, but they weren't a thing. Texting was new. Oh, I feel so old now. Anyway, so yeah, it's cool that I'll be old and be oh hey, you're playing a new game. What is that? Can I give it a try? I might be how do you control it? But I'll have a general knowledge. I just can't fathom. Maybe it will happen, but I can't fathom technology being in such another great leap. As far as I see, technology went faster when computers hit than any other time. The generation jump in technology from not having computers to internet is huge. What's next? You can't get any more advanced than internet too much. We all know the concepts of what's coming in the future. I don't know, screens and implants and whatnot. But I don't see it being so far above my head like our grandparents that I just would have no idea what's going on as an older person. I think I'd be still staying somewhat up to date. Maybe that's just me positive thinking of I don't want to become a, lame old person. I want to stay hip or whatever. It's just amazing that we're going to be the first ever generation of gaming grandparents. That will be I remember Nyan Cat back in my day. You guys have this silly, I don't know, whatever, octopus virtual reality meme. Well, I remember Nyan Cat. Well, we'll know what memes are. That's just... Oh, we are going to be some weird grandparents.